The Q Radio Pets Corner.
With Brandy dog food, because they're 100% family. You know you're giving them the best.
Q Radio. Q Radio.
Welcome with me, Sharon Jennings. Coming up, we talk to an organisation recently set up to stamp out animal cruelty in Northern Ireland, and we get advice about why our furry friends should definitely not be indulging in chocolate over the Easter holidays.
Pets Corner.
A new organisation has been set up called Northern Ireland Says No Against Animal Cruelty, and joining me is one of the organisers, and that's Carrie Johnson. You're very welcome, Carrie.
Thank you, Sharon.
So, Carrie, why was the need for this organisation to be set up?
Well, following some of the recent cases in Northern Ireland surrounding animal cruelty and the welfare of animals, we noticed that there were quite a few people on social media sites who were genuinely really upset by the lack of justice for the animals involved, for the pets owners. So a few of us who would be involved in animal rescue came together to set the page up, to give people a forum to express their opinions and to maybe start something in motion to change how things work.
From reading the information on your Facebook page, that you were concerned that Northern Ireland seemed to lag behind other areas of the UK in terms of the law.
Yeah, we do certainly. With Part 3 of the Welfare of Animals Act, the 72, the maximum penalties at the minute for abuse or cruelty to animals is 3 months imprisonment or a fine. Throughout the rest of the United Kingdom, you can get up to a £20,000 fine and up to 51 weeks imprisonment, and it's very similar in Scotland. We think, to be honest, it's time that Northern Ireland come into line with the rest of the United Kingdom on this.
Now, Carrie, it's interesting that the organisation has set itself up on Facebook. That's your starting point as an organisation.
It is, yeah.
And what I've noticed recently is that social media seems to be a good way of facilitating this kind of discussion.
There are a lot of similar groups online, and it's a brilliant way, particularly with some parts of Northern Ireland being that wee bit more rural, to provide information right across the country.
Now, Carrie, there's a rally being held at Belfast City Hall on the 27th of April. I think that's a Sunday, isn't it, at 1 o'clock?
It is a Sunday at 1 p.m, yep.
So what's the purpose of that rally?
The purpose of the rally is really just to give people information. People are very unhappy with what's happening here. So it's really just for a group of like-minded people to come together and let the public become aware of the situation, and let some of the local politicians join in and just see what the people want.
Well, Carrie, thank you very much for coming on and talking to us. And Carrie's organisation is called Northern Ireland Says No to Animal Cruelty, and you can check out more information about them on their Facebook page.
The Q Radio Pets Corner.
With Brandy dog food.
Thursday trivia. Did you know a dog is walked on average 575 miles during its lifetime? That's the equivalent to 283 marathons. For more facts, features and competitions, why not like Brandy Dog Food on Facebook at facebook.com/Brandy Dog Food.
Pets Corner.
For many of us, one of the great joys of Easter is being able to indulge ourselves guilt-free in chocolate. But it's not so good for our furry friends, and joining me to tell us exactly why is Mark McCracken from Grove Vets in Ballymena. You're very welcome, Mark. So not a good idea, Mark, to give our furry friends chocolate.
No, as you quite rightly said, Sharon, by all means indulge yourself, but it is best not to give your pet any chocolate. Chocolate is toxic to our pet because it contains a substance called theobromide, and so if dogs eat it, it can cause vomiting, diarrhea, it can affect their heart rate, their respiratory rate, cause incoordination, and even seizures if they eat enough of it.
And Mark, how much would they have to eat to get severe symptoms?
This substance, theobromide, which is the toxic substance in the chocolate, it depends on the type of chocolate. So white chocolate contains very little theobromide. Milk chocolate contains a little bit more. Dark chocolate contains more again. And the most dangerous type would be baking chocolate or cocoa powder, which contains very high levels of theobromide. So the symptoms tend to occur quite soon after the chocolate has been ingested, and it really is best to avoid giving chocolate to your pets entirely. You can get chocolate substitutes from pet stores, and those have had the toxic materials removed from them, and so those are safe to feed. If you think that your pet has eaten or had access to chocolate, the thing to do is to be aware of the symptoms, and if you're in any doubt at all, speak to your vet. And most pets do recover with treatment.
Mark, as ever, thank you for great advice, and I hope everyone's furry friends have a nice, safe Easter. The public rally that Northern Ireland Says No to Animal Cruelty have organised is happening on Sunday the 27th of April at 12 noon outside Belfast City Hall.
The Q Radio Pets Corner.
With Brandy dog food, because they're 100% family. You know you're giving them the best.
Q Radio. Q Radio.